Well, Aphromoo and his team have just made Immortals into Mortals. You like that? I tweeted that.
We're going to hear that a lot.
Yeah. Well, I was the first one to tweet it because I said it like as the game was like winding down. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So if you hear that anywhere, please tell them that I came up with it.
Okay. Yeah. Here, I'll just tweet out, gods can bleed.
Yeah. There we go. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right. So you guys beat Immortals, ruining some of the content I made where I interviewed Noah and talked about their undefeated streak. So thanks for that. No problem. But yeah, anytime. What do you think was the key to victory? Because for a lot of people I'm talking to, in fact, I just interviewed Peter before this, and he was kind of talking about the same thing Lemon had said previously about how they seemed to kind of have like one strategy they were really good at, and like the moment somebody kind of unlocks that strategy, that's when they'll lose. Do you think that was what came into play for you guys here, or was it something different?
So you're talking about Immortals one strategy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, for Immortals, they do kind of play one way, and we exploited that one way by, making Darshan get snowballed in that game. Yeah. As we saw, Darshan, they dove Huni and then Rainover flashed in to try and kill Darshan, I'm pretty sure, and they got 2 kills on Darshan off of that. So our split push pressure that we had was just insane, and I'm pretty sure the Quinn matchup versus Fiora, Quinn wins, based on my knowledge, and I was fully confident that Darshan could, play that matchup and win it versus Huni. And so in doing so, we definitely had a poke comp that we ran, LeBlanc, Ezreal, Bard, and then 2 splitters with Udyr and Fiora. Yeah. So we wanted to do the 1-3-1 versus them because Immortals normally just does the 4-1 poke comp that they have with Lux, with Adrian on like the passive support type of style, and lets everyone in front of them just do all the work while supporting. So we didn't really need to, push the agenda versus Immortals. In my opinion, they were going to outplay themselves eventually versus us because, we just had immense pressure, and in doing so, it makes them, feel the need to do something. And usually they would overextend, we would bait Baron and they would come all the way over, and Darshan has, the pressure from the other side to push in 1v1 and start going for the Nexus and stuff like that. So we just abused what we had, and definitely felt like we were the puppet masters that game.
Yeah. I mean, you say puppet masters, but there were a lot of moments where it seemed very, very chaotic, especially around the Baron fights or anything like that. It just felt as though it could, and you guys were neck and neck. I don't know how much you know about this, but the gold was like literally so close at so many points in that game. But you seem to feel like you were in control the entire time. Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Hello.
He was just talking about how he beat you.
He did beat me.
Yeah. How does that? Oh, pole belter.
Hello. Fiora.
Okay.
Fiora.
Is that it? Was that it? Udyr and Fiora. So many F-bombs on some of the first interviews I'm doing. Hopefully nobody watches these and thinks that that's standard. All right. I forget what we were talking about. Yes. Oh, yeah. You felt like you guys were in control the entire time.
Yeah. Definitely. For me, gold doesn't really matter because, even great teams, especially in Worlds, and when that time comes around, you can come back from a 10K gold deficit if you're that far behind, as well as, any team can have the tempo at any moment. Even though you maybe be 5K gold ahead, the other team can have more tempo because, they're running 1-3-1, Udyr, Fiora, something like that, where you really can't, stop their split pressure because they're too fast to catch or something like that. So we had tempo and control the whole game no matter what happened. And we just really didn't want to throw away a lot of free kills that usually Immortals picks up off of most teams.
Do you think that the Fiora and Udyr thing was really what made it happen? Because they seemed to feel like there was no like, hey, well played or anything like that from them just now. There's just a lot of heated language around 2 champions you both picked. Do you think that was the key there?
Yeah. But even if we picked 2 other champions, I'm pretty sure it would have been the same result. Yeah. Just due to, we're really good at split pressure and how to abuse the map that way with our team currently. And even though Udyr and Fiora is pretty lame to play against, you can still beat it out. They just didn't really, be proactive. Yeah. It was always, they'd walk into us, okay, we would make a few mistakes here and there. Jay would get picked, I would die, or, Trevor would die, sometimes like that. And really, it was just all about us making the proper play. So make sure we want to take the fight where we want it and have them do what we want them to do. And really, they didn't really have, you know, good tower siege because we had Ezreal wave clear, LeBlanc can just jump in, Udyr and Fiora both splitting, and then I'm Bard so I can delay with my ulti. And even if they go on us, we can portal out. So it's not like they had a chance.
Speaking of Bard, seems kind of fun. A lot of fans, I think, probably very excited about like the Udyr pick, Fiora pick, but the Bard pick as well. Was it? I mean, I know Bard has always been fun for you to play. Was it something that you felt just worked really well in that comp, or is it something that you just feel like you're very comfortable with?
I would say it's both.
Okay.
Last split, you know, really I didn't get to play stuff that I wanted to play. It was usually me on Alistar or Braum, which was whatever. We probably need a frontline tank most of the time. But nowadays it's a lot easier because, you know, most of my team has confidence in me playing whatever I'm feeling for the week. You know, all right, we're going to play this team. I think this champion's going to be pretty good into it. So they give me a chance to play certain stuff that is unorthodox most of the time. So usually new support comes out, I'll try it out, and if I really like it, you know, I want to pull it out as soon as it's available, right, because most people don't know how to play it. So this split's a lot different for me. I am able to, you know, be more of a variable in terms of my pick. But Bard that game, I was a little disappointed. Could have killed Reignover level 3 on the blue buff. Could have stole Gromp when they were doing it at level 1. And then my whole goal that game was to try and split Soraka up from the team. So early laning phase, I think it was like at level 4. I was behind their tower, and Trevor was Stixay was 1v1ing Turtle, and I was 1v1ing Adrian. It was pretty hilarious. So yeah, I think my whole goal of that game was to just be as annoying as possible, especially on Bard. And I think that's the trademark, what trademarks Bard the most. Yeah. Just, you know,
super annoying.
Be super pestering the whole game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think for a long time people have had mixed feelings about Darshan. Some people say he's really good, and then there's other times where it just feels like he doesn't show up. Even more so than that, Xmithia, I think, has always been considered kind of like that +1 guy on the team. After that game, so many people like Darshan and Xmithia, oh, holy moly. And it feels like they're really starting to set off. Do you think that this is kind of the beginning for them and now finally getting the respect that maybe some might have felt that they deserved for a long time?
Yeah. I think both of those guys, Smithy and Darshan, were living in the shadow of previous players on the team, such as, you know, Double Lift, myself a little bit when we were Rush Hour bottom lane, obviously, and then we used to have Po Belter as well. So usually no one really pays attention to the support that those two give across the map. So Darshan with his split pressure, you know, allows us to 4v4 across the map, and we don't have to worry about their top laner at all, especially if it's like a tank or something like that, and he's, you know, keeping him at bay so he can't TP at all. That's really good for us, as well as Jake, who, oh sorry, Smithy, god, I'm gonna do this forever.
Yeah. people know.
As well as Smithy, who is really good at keeping the enemy jungler busy and always knows where he is no matter what. So he doesn't really give an edge to other junglers, I would say. So he brings that for us as a team, and as laners we're able to play, you know, however we want based on that information. So they definitely enable us to do a lot of styles that we run right now, especially the split push, and then, you know, even when we have to team fight and Smithy's playing on, like, you know, his famous Gragas when we played it before back last playoffs, and, you know, it's just really easy for us to execute with those two on team.
Last question, are you guys now the best team in North America? You beat Immortals, who were previously undefeated. You guys are looking really good. You guys #1 right now?
Not really. I think being the underdogs is a little bit more fun. Especially with two new players on the roster. I would rather us have the underdog mentality where we just have to keep improving rather than, oh, we made it, guys. Beat Immortals, you know. We're good.
So this was an upset for you.
For us. Yeah. Essentially. We beat the #1 team. We're still #2 in the standings, right? So even though, you know, we won, it wasn't that clean of a game from us, I would say. You know, we died a couple times, obviously. Like, no, I mean, like, in the game, you know, it was obvious we were going to die in that situation when we did that. So definitely a lot of mistakes here and there, but we'll clean it up, hopefully coming to playoffs.
Anything you want to say to fans?
Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the Immortals CLG game. I know we had a lot of fun, and looking forward to C9's game tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to. Thank you so much, Aphromoo, for the interview. Congratulations on the upset, but also breaking that streak. For everyone else, this is Yahoo Esports.